So, hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for me to bring you another video relating to the news coming from E3 about FIFA 19 and the game modes that are going to be featuring in the new edition of FIFA in September. Now, yesterday, if you haven't seen a video where I talked about the Champions League and everything you need to know about the rights that are going to be held in FIFA 19 for the Champions League and of course the Europa League as well, then check out the annotation at the top right of the screen. That'll take you to that video where you can learn even more about the FIFA 19 news coming from E3. But today, I'm going to be focusing on the journey. This should be a pretty short video because apart from bringing the news to you, all I need to do is talk to you about my opinion. So I can't imagine this is going to be as long as the one yesterday, but it is still quite important for FIFA 19 and the game going forward in the future as well. Now, if you're going to enjoy this video, then make sure to slap a like on it, and of course subscribe if you are new to the channel. It really helps me out, so it's that big red button under the video. And once again, a massive thank you to the guys over at OneFootball for sponsoring this video. If you want to check out news, fixtures, and results of football in real life about certain teams and not just everybody like on certain apps, then make sure to check the link down in the description and it'll take you to the App Store or where you can buy it on Android. So obviously the news that came out of E3 was pretty much dominated by the official trailer that came out, the screenshots, and of course the news that FIFA 19 would have the official licensing for not only the Champions League but also the Europa League and of course along with that the UEFA Super Cup as well. Now those were all great things and they would be impacting the game just generally speaking, but also Ultimate Team and Career Mode. But apparently it would also be affecting the journey as well because it's going to coincide with the storyline. But the main thing that I see coming out of this about the journey, and I don't know whether it's been talked about too much beforehand, but EA actually confirmed that this version of the journey on FIFA 19 will be the last of its kind. The journey is going to be cancelled after FIFA 19. And I was wondering what the reasons for that are. Maybe it's just as simple as they wanted to keep it a trilogy, they don't want it to become too stale, they don't want to really venture too much into other things. But as far as I'm aware, there's still a lot of things in the journey and in that storyline they haven't really covered yet, especially international football, which hasn't really been touched upon at all. So it does kind of shock me that they're taking it away so early just to make sure that it's only 3 editions of it. And in my opinion, I think it is due to the fact that a lot of people have just got bored with it. And I'm not gonna lie, it's so hypocritical from everybody. Like, the amount of years we were asking for special cutscenes and a game mode where we could live out the life of a footballer, and then it's actually arrived and we all pretty much got bored of it within the first year, even though that first journey, in my opinion, I know a lot of people have a negative opinion on the journey, but that first edition of the journey, if you like, was actually really, really good, and I think it captured the story of a footballer pretty well, to be honest with you. I know it was quite romanticised, but it was still really quite cool and interesting. I think the problem that they've had with the journey is that it just isn't customizable enough, and that's really the issue. That is the main issue. You can't be yourself, you have to be one specific character, and a lot of the stuff that you do doesn't really impact the actual final story or anything along the storyline. So once you've watched someone do the journey on YouTube, there's literally no point doing it yourself, and I think that's where EA really, really went wrong. The main point, though, of this video is that the journey is done. After FIFA 19, you won't be seeing that game mode, apparently, on FIFA 20 and titles in the future. Now, what do you guys reckon will happen? Will it be removed completely? Will it be replaced with a customizable version of the journey? Because obviously, somewhere along the lines, they've got to be able to create the technology to just have your own game face instead of, Alex Hunter in the cutscenes. How will it affect the other game modes as well? Because so much effort is put into the journey in terms of making these cutscenes, creating the characters, getting the voiceovers from people like Thierry Henry and loads of other people that are featured in the second part of the journey. That effort can now be put towards other game modes entirely. Ultimate Team is obviously focused on quite a lot because it's EA's main moneymaker, but stuff like Career Mode, which has been largely neglected for 4, maybe even 5 years, really, apart from a couple of menu overhauls, training, pre-season tournaments, and that's pretty much on, and some cutscenes in there as well. Will some of the effort then be shifted over to Career Mode, or Will EA find themselves being a bit lazy and not putting stuff into other game modes? Pro Clubs is as well as a game mode that could do with some attention. Will they now shift some resources into stuff like that now that they're not going to be doing the journey after FIFA 19? For those that are wondering as well, just generally about FIFA 19, the journey, there hasn't been too much released about it. There's no screenshots, there's no real information apart from the fact that it is the last one and the fact that it's also going to incorporate the Champions League rights. So I imagine what's going to happen is Alex Hunter's going to sign for a new team like Real Madrid. I don't know, I suppose it'll depend on the team that you were playing for on FIFA 18. He's going to sign for a new team like PSG or Real Madrid or Liverpool or Manchester United or whatever, and then he's going to go through a Premier League campaign and also a Champions League campaign, and there'll be some sort of storyline to go along with that. So that's really how the journey is going to play out, or the Journey 3, or Journey Champions as it's actually been called. So that's another indicator that it's going to be focusing mainly, I suppose, on the Champions League. So yeah, what will be in the journey for FIFA 19, and what is the future of FIFA offline mainly now that the journey is gone? Will EA start pumping some resources into career mode, or will they find their attention still on Ultimate Team, or will we get a replacement for the journey with customizable characters? Let me know down in the comment section below. It's something that's been skimmed over quite a lot in my opinion from the E3 news, but it's something that I feel is quite important and could impact the game quite a lot. If you've enjoyed this video though, make sure to slap a like on it, and of course subscribe if you are new to the channel. If you want to follow me on social media, you can do. My Twitter handle is @theofficialfng, and my Instagram is exactly the same. Links to both are down below in the description, as well as the link for the OneFootball app. Again, big shout out to those guys for sponsoring this video. You can download it down in the description as well. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.